right? Because everybody have been told by the world who they are, right? Everybody says that the Bible is for everybody, right? We say everybody can get in, but yet the Most High never said that in the Bible, right?
Right.
Give me that from the book of Deuteronomy 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it up.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side of Jordan.
No, to everybody in the world.
Unto all Israel.
Go ahead.
On this side Jordan in the wilderness.
Right.
In the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazareth and Dizahab.
See, so in the Bible, right, they always have a speaker and you always have an audience, right? No matter where you're at in the Bible, no matter what prophet it is, right? No matter what person is bringing the word, there's always one person that's speaking and there's always an audience, right? And the audience, no matter what popular man tells you, the audience is always Israel, right?
That's right. That's right.
You can be told that it's this person or that person, this nation or that nation, but it's always Israel. Watch, go ahead and bring this out, King.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
These are the words of the covenant which the Most High commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
No, to make with Moab.
Will make the children of Israel.
No, to Ammon.
Of Israel.
See, so he made this covenant with the children of Israel, read.
And the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he had made with them in Horeb.
See, now when you look at the Bible, right, it's Old Testament and New Testament. Now, if you break down what testament means, testament only means covenant, right?
That's right.
So when they say covenant, it looked like to me that God only made a covenant with the children of Israel.
That's right.
Unless I read that or heard that wrong, there was only a covenant made with the children of Israel. So if the covenant was only made with the children of Israel, then how could it be that everybody get eternal life, right?
That's right.
Hey, can you bring me the book of Romans? Bring me the book of Romans chapter 9.
Gone.
Verse 1. Watch, because see, we're going to figure out who this covenant was made for, right? Go ahead, bring it out, King.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 1. I say the truth in Christ, I lie not.
Go ahead.
My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost.
Go ahead.
That I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in thy heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ, from my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Right, so he talking about his brother and his family, right? Now, what group of people say kinfolk, kinsmen, right?
That's right.
It's Old English. So, you know he talking about somebody of color, right? Go ahead, keep reading.
Who are Israelites?
No, who is everybody in the world?
Who are Israelites?
No, who is everybody in the world?
Who are Israelites?
See, so once again, he's talking about the Israelites. Go ahead, King.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
No, not the adoption.
The adoption.
Go ahead.
And the glory.
Not the glory. Go
Yes,
ahead.
the glory. And the covenants.
And the covenant. See, now we just was talking about the covenants right there.
That's right.
Right? It only pertains to the Israelites. Go ahead, King.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the law. Go ahead, King.
And the service of God.
In the service of who?
And the service of God.
See, so only the Israelites can call upon the Most High God.
That's right.
Not everybody in the world. Not what these Christian churches with the pork chops in it say that they can call upon them, right? Go ahead, King.
And the promises.
And the promises, right? The promise of eternal life, right? That only goes to the Israelites, man. See, everybody keeps saying everybody can make it in. But the more we read into this book, right, we don't never find that everybody can get in.
That's right.
Right? Oh, go ahead and bring it up.
Verse 2. And Moses called.
Book of Deuteronomy 4:44. Right, yeah, read the first one.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 44.
Bring it out.
And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel.
Once again, this is the law, right? Because we just read in Romans 9, right, that the law was given unto Israel, right? So, right, Moses just gave the book of the law to who?
To the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
Verse 45. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Moses spake unto the children of Israel after they came forth out of Egypt.
See, so once again, this is the account when Moses brought them out of Egypt, which is Deuteronomy 1:1, right? When they came out of Egypt and he gave them the laws, right? And you got the covenant, right? These are only given to Israel. But yet we have all these different entities, right? You got the Seventh-day Adventists, right? You got the Catholic, you got the Christians, you got all these different entities of religion, right? That continue to say that everybody can get in. But how is it that everybody can get in when the Bible continuously say that only Israel can get in?
That's right.
Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that has been is that, Salakia. The thing that have been, and it is that which shall be, and that is which is done, is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
No, God changed, and it's something new right now. We got all this new, do as thou wilt spirit.
There is no new thing under the sun.
Right? So the Most High said there's no new thing under the sun, man. No matter what goes on, it's continually to be over and over again. So how can the law be done away with, right? The law is just continuing over and over again, no matter what generation. Because we always get people come up and say, oh, well, that's the Old Testament, right?
That's right.
That's the New Testament, right? Oh, that was the old time, right? But he said, what? There's no new what?
There is no new thing under the sun.
So it's not new, man. The law is not done away with. There's no new law of love. There's no two great commandments, right? So in these days, right, they keep bringing all these, all these new things like Juneteenth and all these new holidays, right?
That's right.
So that's what my message is about, right? Because see, like he said, there's no new thing under the sun, right? We're going to bring you something our forefathers done that was once again no new thing under the sun. Can you give me the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1, go 7 through 15, King?
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 7. So as Alexander reigned 12 years.
See, so we talking about Alexander the Freak, right? Everybody know Alexander the Great, but we call him the Freak, right? Because he was just a nasty man. He was a homosexuality guy, right?
Bring it out.
Right?
Bring
So
it out.
this is lining up into our modern day history. Go ahead, King.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Verse 8. And his servants bare rule every one in his place. Verse 9. And after his death they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And evils was what?
Multiplied in the earth.
See, because if you look back in the Greek captivity, right? They were doing all manners of evil to us, right? Killing
That's
us
right.
with tar and all types of manner, right? Have homosexuality situations with us. I mean, doing bad things to the kids. I mean, that one right there, that was one of the worst captivities that the Israelites were under. Go ahead, King.
Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes,
Go ahead.
son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
See, now start back on that verse, because that's what they don't realize, right? Whenever you go around in America and you see our so-called black people, right? So-called Latino and so-called Native Americans, right? We always got us being evil.
That's right.
Like he said, we the best at what we do, whether it's a sport or whatever we do, but we do wicked even better than anybody, right?
That's right.
Go ahead and start that verse from the top.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11.
Bring it out.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Wicked what?
Wicked men.
Go ahead.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
See, so now, when you start looking into that, you start looking into our so-called Christian pastors, right? Because you're supposed to have a separation between religion and state, so they say.
That's right.
But yet, every time you look up, they got them evil politicians in these churches, right? They tell you, oh, vote for this person, right? So they told y'all to vote for, let's just go back a little bit. They told you to vote for Obama, right?
That's right.
Can you tell me what was the single most evil thing Obama did while he was in office?
Nothing.
No, he did one evil thing that was eviler than anything. Go ahead, see. Go ahead, tell us.
Legalize homosexuality in marriage.
He did the worst thing.
God,
He said he's a
God.
Christian, right? If you go in the Bible, that's one of the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Leviticus 20:13, right? Thou shalt not lay with mankind as thou lay with womankind, and vice versa. So how is you a Christian and you love God, but yet you don't care about the commandments?
That's right.
It's an abomination.
Talk.
When you're talking about abomination, that means that is subject to be paid with death, right? That one is an abomination that is subject to death.
That's
but
right.
yet he legalized that. So if you voted for Obama, that means you stand for homosexuality.
That's right.
And if you stand for homosexuality, that means you do not care about the Most High God.
That's right.
Go ahead and read, King.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
See, since you departed from the law, statutes, and commandments, right? You didn't have much. Since you departed from the heathen, they didn't have much sorrow because they love doing evil the best. Go ahead, King.
Verse 12. So this device pleased them well.
See, so the device of being evil pleased them well. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward therein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
They did what?
They did after the ordinance of the heathen.
So they felt so bad, right, that they wanted to do the way of the heathen, right?
That's right.
Man, hey. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. See, because the Most High told us, do not do in the way, follow the way of the heathen, right? But yet they wanted to follow the way of the heathen. Go ahead and repeat that verse.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
Right, so Jeremiah, right, the way of the heathen, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. 10:1. See, so we're going to go ahead and tell you how the Most High feel about following the heathens.
This is This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
No house of everywhere in the world.
O house of Israel.
Go ahead.
Thus says the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen.
No, we can do everything that America tells us to do.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
No, I thought we could do Juneteenth.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
All right, Con, you can sit on that. So that right there, the Most High tell you don't do the way of the heathen. Go ahead, King.
Verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen. Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised.
Made them what?
Made themselves uncircumcised.
See, because you came and made yourself uncircumcised because the law circumcised you, right?
That's right.
Following the way of the law, we were one with the Most High.
That's
but
right.
because you came uncircumcised, you were not one with the Most High. Hey, jump down to verse number 41. I'm sorry, 41. And read it 47. Watch what else we did.
Verse 41. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41.
Bring it out.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
They should be what?
One people.
See, now that was the same thing that Martin Luther King had preached, right?
Right.
He had a dream that we'll be one people, right?
That's right.
But the Most High said this. Hey, go ahead. Give me book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it up.
For thou art an holy people.
That's a separate people, right? Holy in the Hebrew tongue, Brother brought out earlier, is a separate people. Go ahead, King.
Unto the Most High, the Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He had chosen who?
Thee.
Israel.
Thee.
Go ahead.
To be a special people unto himself, above all people.
No, equal to all the heathens.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
See, so we went ahead and cleared that up. Go ahead, King.
Verse 42. And everyone should leave his laws.
Should leave what?
Leave his laws.
See, and that's the same thing, though. See, once again, these Christian churches keep telling us, we ain't got to keep the law, right? We
That's
can go
right.
ahead and do whatever we feel is right.
That's right.
Right? But what did he just say, though?
And everyone should leave his laws.
See, so that goes right back to Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, right? There's nothing new underneath the sun. Go ahead, King.
So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Of the who?
Of the king.
Right? Hey, give me the book of Acts chapter 5, verse 29.
it out.
Right? See, because they keep going into, let's do what man tell us, right? But the Bible never tell us to do what man tell us, man.
That's right.
They said the laws is done away with, but the Most High keeps saying the laws are here, right? We're supposed to follow the law, right? We're not supposed to do nothing but the law. But yet men tell us what they want to tell us. But then the Most High tells us this. Bring it out, King.
This is the book of Acts chapter 5 verse 29.
Bring it out.
Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men.
No, we're supposed to obey Antiochus.
Obey the Most High rather than men.
We also obey the Greeks.
Obey the Most High other than men.
Go ahead.
The God of our fathers.
No, everybody fathers.
The God of our fathers.
Go ahead.
Raised up Yahushua,
whom ye slew and hanged on a tree.
Right? Them Romans hung and slung him on a tree, right? Go ahead, King.
Him hath God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel.
No, everybody.
To Israel.
To everybody.
To Israel.
Go ahead.
And forgiveness of sins.
See, so Most High only dealing with Israel, man. Throughout the whole Bible, that's all it's going to say is Israel. But yet all these churches keep saying that everybody. Now go ahead, let's see what the heathen talking about.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 43.
Go ahead.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols.
Man, go ahead and start that back over. See, once again, look, a religion. Right? Go ahead, King.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 43. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion
To his religion. Right?
And-
We go ahead and finish it off.
and sacrificed unto idols.
Man, we're going to go ahead and stop right there. Let's see what the Most High gave Israel, man.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
Behold, I have taught you your statutes and judgments.
No, he gave us religion.
Statutes and judgments.
Go ahead.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
Go ahead.
That ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Go ahead.
Keep therefore and do them.
No, we ain't got to do the law, statutes, and commandments.
And do
No,
them.
I only got down to the two.
And do them.
It's the law of love.
And do
Go
them.
ahead.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Hey, you can stop right there. Hey, look, because what he's telling you though is this your wisdom in the sight of nations, right? So if you're not doing them, then you don't have any wisdom.
That's
the
right.
reason why all other nations look at us like you dumb ends, right? Because we ain't using our wisdom. Go ahead, pick that back up, King.
And profane the Sabbath.
And profane what?
The Sabbath.
See, so this is the Sabbath, right? This is the Sabbath. Sundown Friday to sundown Saturday is the Sabbath.
That's right.
So if we ain't keeping the Sabbath day, right, and keeping it holy, then we breaking the law, statutes, commandments. Go ahead, King.
Verse 44. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
They should do what?
Follow the strange laws of the land.
And see, and that's what we do over and over again, right? No matter where the Most High take us, we continue to follow the strange laws of the land.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all understand? Juneteenth, do y'all really know what Juneteenth is? It was supposedly the day that the last state, Texas, had freed the slaves, right?
That's right.
But yet, me and my rib, last year we went to Mississippi, right? And it was crazy because Mississippi literally just got done allowing that Emancipation Proclamation, which is no more slavery. It just actually happened in 2020. But yet, Juneteenth said back whenever it happened in Texas was the last day. But yet, last year it just happened. See, they lied, man. If you don't know your enemy, man, John 8 and 44, right? Give me John 8 and 44.
Bring it out.
They don't even know who their enemy is, man.
That's right.
Right? King just is letting y'all know who your enemy is based on the curses, right? But this is what your enemy do. Hold that still, though, King. Bring this up.
John chapter 8 verse 44.
Bring it out.
Ye are of your father the devil.
You who?
The devil.
See, so the Most High made us, right? The so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans. We are the son of God, right?
That's right. That's right.
So if we are the son of God, then don't you think the Satan got kids? Don't you think the Satan got children?
That's right.
But don't get it twisted, though, because all daughter of Israel is not of Israel, right?
That's right.
That's in the book of Romans chapter 9. You go down a little bit further, I think it's 6 or 7, and it tell you all those of Israel is not of Israel. Go ahead, King.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
And you'll do what?
The lust of your father ye will do.
What kind of lust he got?
He was a murderer from the beginning.
No, he ain't the so-called white man. They come over here and kill the Native Americans.
He was a murderer from the
No,
beginning.
he didn't get the so-called blacks from over there in Africa area, right, and bring them over in slavery and kill them.
He was a murderer from the
See,
beginning.
he was a murderer from the beginning. Go ahead, King.
And abode not in the truth.
No, because the politicians always tell us the truth.
And abode not in the truth.
Go ahead,
Because there is no truth in him.
because there ain't no truth in that devil, man. Go ahead, King.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it.
Right? And we listen to him though, and we always want to offend. We always want to defend that devil, right?
Right?
And then that's when we got to come on and let our people know this. Go ahead, and bring that out, King.
Say it.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Yeah.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Hear, O heathens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me.
See, because we always rebelling against the Most High, right? The prophets come out and let y'all know today is the Sabbath, no buying, no selling.
That's right.
Yeah, we look over here in Food Lion, Roses, Pro Nails, Little Caesars, Metro, T-Mobile, right? City Trends, Shoe Show, right? American Deli, everybody's shopping.
That's
They don't even
right.
care about their heritage, man. Right? They destroy it. Go ahead, King.
The ox knoweth his owner,
Right? The ox is a very dumb animal. Go ahead, King.
and the ass his master's crib.
Right? Even the ass know where his master's crib is. Go ahead, King.
But Israel,
But who?
But Israel,
So-called Black, Latino, and Native American.
but
Go
Israel
ahead.
do not know my people,
See, our people don't even know. Go ahead, King.
does not consider.
You don't even consider, man, that you're the greatest people upon the earth, right?
That's right.
Go ahead, King.
A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquities, a seed of evildoers,
See the what?
of evildoers,
Right, go ahead.
children that are corrupters,
They're what? Go ahead.
that have forsaken the Most High,
No, they love the Most High. They
that have
say.
forsaken the Most High,
No, they blessed and highly favored.
forsaken the Most High.
Go ahead.
They have provoked the Holy One of Israel,
No, not our sweet Jesus.
the Holy One of Israel,
Go ahead.
unto anger. They are gone away backward.
No, they walking forward because they walking all the laws, statutes, and commandments.
They are gone away backwards.
I just want to sit and resonate in that thing right there.
Let me read it again. They have gone away backward.
That's right.
That's right.
But yet y'all say though, y'all know the Most High, right? I don't think y'all know the Jesus that we know, right? The Jesus that's ready to lay you down in your iniquity, right?
That's
Your sin,
right.
Right? So that's why we out here. We come out here to let our people know what thus saith the Bible.
That's right.
Right? Because I know a lot of people ask us, why is y'all yelling so loud, right? Because our people are hard-headed, man.
That's right.
Right? Give me the book. Wait, but hold that. No, go ahead and bring that out. Go ahead and bring that out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud.
No, talk softly to our people.
Cry aloud.
No, you can talk softly to the brothers.
Cry aloud.
Go ahead.
Spare not.
Go ahead.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Go ahead.
And shew my people their transgression.
Right?
And the house of Jacob their sins.
How you doing now, brother? So we out here, we waking our people up, thus saith the Bible, right, King? Come, King. Come. Hey, come over real quick, King. I want to show you are based on the Bible, right? Right? So if you see this sign right here, based on this sign, I want to say on your left-hand side is what the Bible calls you, and on your right-hand side is what God calls you. So based on who the world tells you are, who would you be on that sign?
The American black.
Right? So who would that tribe be on your left-hand side?
Ooh, I don't even know how to say that.
Judah. It'd be the tribe of Judah, right?
Okay.
So we out here to wake our people up and let them know what thus saith the Most High.
That's right.
Who you are
That's
according
right.
to the Bible, right? Because when the Most High come and crack that sky, right? See, everybody thinks that the Most High is sending the Son back to save everybody, but the Bible didn't say that.
That's right.
He's only coming for a select few of people, right? Right? Thus saith the Most High. So can you give me the book of Psalms chapter 147 and 19 and 20, right? Because see, we're gonna let you know based on the Bible who knows the Most High and who He said, and then give me the book of Amos chapter 3 verse 1, right? Because everybody keeps saying that the Most High sent His Son for everybody, but yet every time we read in the Bible, all the prophets, you know what I'm saying? The Bible speaks something else. So tell me based on what you hear, what you think of these scriptures. Go ahead, King. Psalms, book of Psalms, chapter 147, start 19 and 20.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19.
Bring it out.
He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel.
Until who?
To Israel.
To everybody.
Unto
Go
Israel.
ahead.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
Right.
And as for his judgments,
For his who?
for his judgments,
Go ahead.
they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High.
So when you hear that, who does it seem like knows His judgments? Go ahead and read verse 20 again.
He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Now go to 19.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Who did He show His word unto?
Jacob,
So brother, who He show His word to?
Jacob.
Okay, go ahead.
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
So who did He show His statutes and His judgment to?
Israel.
Go ahead.
Con.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
So has He dealt so with any other nations?
No.
Go ahead.
All praise.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High.
Right? So praise the Most High. And the reason why he's praising the Most High is because he's thankful that only the nation of Israel has that right to say we the only ones that know.
That's right.
Now go ahead and read Amos chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Watch this.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Bring it out.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt,
Go ahead.
saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
No, he knowing all the families of the earth.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So what family did he say he knew of all the families of the earth?
All the family?
Yeah, what family did he say?
Oh, Israel?
That's right. God.
That's
Right.
right.
Watch this. Go ahead.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Right? So iniquity is only sin, right?
Uh,
So he's going to punish Israel for all their sin. It's just like, do you have any children, King?
yes, sir.
All right. So if your kids is hanging out with the neighborhood kids, right? And they all got in trouble, right? Are you going to punish all the kids or are you going to punish your kids?
All the kids?
You're going to punish all of them?
Yeah.
Right? But would you go to jail for punishing whooping up somebody else's kid? You see what I'm saying? So you're going to whoop your kids though, right?
I feel, yeah.
God, right?
God.
And that's what the Most High said. Out of all the families of the earth, he's only going to punish Israel
That's
for their
right.
sins, right? For doing wrong towards them,
I feel.
right? So go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1.
This
Go to
is the-
Deuteronomy 28:15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments, which I commanded thee this day, that the Lord of thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
No, he's going to be equal just like Martin Luther King said,
High above all nations of the earth.
right? So what do it sound like? Do it sound like that God wanted to make everybody the same, or did he say if you observe to do all his statutes, commandments, that he'll set you above everybody that's on the nation?
That he'll, set you
Above, right? Right?
right, man.
right.
So remember,
That's
Martin
right.
Luther King used to always say he wanted everybody to be equal. He had a dream, right?
That's right.
But in order to dream, what do you have to be? Can you be awake and have a dream?
Oh, no.
You got to be asleep, right?
Yeah.
So if you sleep having a dream, what is you getting accomplished if you sleep?
Nada.
Come, right? You got to look at what's going on, brother. Right? You see what I'm saying? Now go ahead and bring Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right? So holy means separate in this account. In the Hebrew tongue, holy just means separate. So you are separate to the Lord thy God, right? Go ahead.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people
Yeah.
unto himself.
So he has chosen you, brother, the Israelites, to be a special people, right, unto himself, right? Go ahead, King.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people,
No, equal to everybody.
above all people,
No, the same as everybody.
above all people
Go ahead.
that are upon the face of the earth.
Go ahead. So look, so do it sound like to me that the Most High, do he want everybody to be equal?
No.
Right?
Yeah.
But yet this world tells you what?
That we're all equal.
That we're all equal, right? That he want everybody to be the same, right?
I feel.
Right? But yet when you look around though, is everybody equal though? So how can you sit there and say that the world says they want everybody to be equal, but yet there's nobody equal,
Precept, King.
right? Go ahead and bring that precept out, King.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High, thy God.
Go ahead.
And the Lord have chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all nations that are upon the earth.
See, and that's just another precept, right? Because in Isaiah 28, 9 and 10, see, everybody think the Bible reads just like a novel.
Yeah.
But the Bible doesn't. And it's, in Isaiah 28, 9 and 10, it says, precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept. Line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, right? So you got to go, in order to understand the Bible, it might be something in Genesis. Then you got to go to Revelations to understand what he was saying in Genesis. Then you got to go back to the Old Testament, maybe in Exodus, and then go back over in Numbers. And you just do that in order to get an understanding
That's
of the Bible,
right.
right? So peculiar means special. It's just another word for special, right?
Okay.
Right? So he said that he was going to put you above everybody. Then he said you're better than everybody, right? But that was if we would have hearkened to the Most High and do all the law, statutes, commandments, right? So go ahead and bring that out, verse 28, 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these good things.
all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So is curse a good thing or bad thing?
Bad thing.
Right?
Nah,
So
nah.
go ahead and give them that first
That's
verse
right,
16. Watch this, King.
Some
Verse
bad things, man. We
16.
know.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Right? So when we take a look in the city, right?
New York City.
What? Yeah, in all the cities, right? So who has the worst living conditions in the city, right? Who's the first fire, last hire, man? Right?
The big cities. Like,
No, I'm talking about all the
Every
cities,
city,
brother.
man.
Burlington, North Carolina.
Burlington,
There you
North
go.
Carolina, King.
Last.
Who do you see doing well in this city? Right?
Not a lot.
Is our people, man?
Not really.
Look at this sign, brother. Look at this sign right here. Look on the red. Look at those people on that sign, King. The people in the red, man.
Man,
You
who
think
in
they
the-
doing well in
who in the
their
trenches,
respective
man?
nations and cities that they live in?
Not really.
Right?
Yeah.
So do you see a correlation with that curse, brother? But yet Deuteronomy 28 is only dealing with those people on that sign. The
That's right.
Israelites, right? The so-called Black, Latino, and Native American.
Bring it out, huh?
Right? So, cursed shalt thou be in the city. Go ahead, start that from the top on 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16.
Bring it up.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Right? Who's
Ver-
going through that, King? Who's going through them curses, man?
We are.
Right?
That's right.
Them people on that sign, man. If you go and look up online, man, and you see how them people living in the city, brother,
No, man.
you know what I'm saying? You go over there to the city, go to Barbados. You go over there in Brazil, brother. Go to the Dominicans. Go to the islands, King. Go
Hey,
over here to
man.
Mexico. My wife from Mexico,
Go
man.
to
She go down
Jamaica,
with her
man.
family down to Mexico all the time, brother. Right? Ask her how they doing down there, brother. They selling fruit on the street corner, man, to feed their family, King. Now, why would you sell fruit to feed and you got to feed your family, but you selling fruit? It makes no sense, man. But yet, you got to make a decision. Do you want to eat or do you want a roof over your head? See, now you got to come into them types of situations, right? Right? So go ahead, hey, bring out the other curse in Deuteronomy 30, verse 37. Watch this. This is who fits this one.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37.
Bring it out.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
No, the white man came and took us to slavery himself and took us.
Whether the Lord shall lead thee.
Right? So astonishment, a proverb, right? You know what a proverb is, right? You want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book. That's a proverb. It's a wise saying, right? A byword, right? Calling you a nigga, right?
Coon.
Calling you African American, coon, right? Anything but your God-given nationality, brother.
That's right.
Right? See, because the so-called school systems, where do they start our heritage from? Right? From the slave ships, right? They always start us, they say, we from Africa, right? And then they say, we were brought from Africa, right? Put on slave ships and brought over here, right?
Right.
But then other than that, though, you don't even know anything about your heritage, do you? Right? Go ahead, King.
Verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed unto the field,
Right?
and shall gather but little in, for
Right.
the locust shall consume it.
Right? And you can sit on that, right? Because we went and took seed out and we planted all the crops. Go ahead, bring out 28:54, King. Watch this one.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54.
Bring it out.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother,
No, he loves his brother.
evil toward his
Go
brother,
ahead.
and toward the wife of his bosom,
That's right.
and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
No, he'll stay.
He'll leave.
He'll stay.
He leave.
Right? So he said, first your eyes shall be evil towards your brother, right? So who kills who in the inner city? Because we already talking about the curses, right? So we know we dwell in the inner city. So who has a problem with their brother in the inner city? Right? Who kills their brother for no reason, right? Have you ever heard, Khan, have you ever heard of any other crime other than black,
Mexican
Latino,
on
and
Mexican
Native American,
crime.
right? How about that? We'll go that route.
Asian on
You see
Asian
what I'm saying?
crime.
You don't hear that, brother.
That's
You
a
know what I'm
brown
saying?
on
But
brown,
yet we hear that all the time, right? Why do you think that is, man? It's a curse on the Israelites, though. Wasn't no blacks, wasn't no Latinos, wasn't no Native Americans, right? Because these curses only happen in Israel, right?
That's right.
Right? Then he said, until your children, you will leave your children, right? And your wife. Who has the highest single parent family rate in anywhere in the world? God, right?
God,
and also
God.
the Latino and Native American community, right? Then you also say, which they shall lead. You know what I'm saying? You beat your spouse. Who has the highest spousal abuse, right? Domestic violence, right?
Go to the child support court.
Child support court, King, right? Go ahead and bring this one out, King.
This
Watch
is
this
the
one.
book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45.
Bring it up.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Till thou be what?
Destroyed.
Go ahead.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
No, the law, statutes, and commandments were done away with.
To not hearken to the voice of the Lord of thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
No, we got a choice to do it.
Which he commanded thee.
No, I thought the Christian church said we got free will.
Which he commanded thee.
Go ahead.
And they shall be upon thee.
So he's talking about these curses, they, which is those curses he just read in that verse 48, 45. Go ahead again.
For a sign, for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Right, so if you turn around, King, right? So you work at Little Caesars, right? So that sign up there, what does that indicate? That sign over Little Caesars, what does that indicate?
The name of the company?
Con, right? So you know when I see Little Caesars, that Little Caesar pizza is in that building, right? So he's saying that all these curses shall be for a sign and for a curse to identify who the Israelites are in the Bible, right? Because see, people don't know that they're Israel, right?
That's right.
So that's how we found out who we are Israel due to Deuteronomy chapter 28, right?
That's
Go
right.
ahead and bring that out, King.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right? So if you know the Bible, do you know anything about the Bible? All right, so in the book of in the Bible, he talks about Exodus, he talks about how he was going to deliver them from Egypt, right? But yet there was never any type of account when they went back into the land of Egypt, right? So Most High, he always uses code on certain parts of the Bible. So we're going to show you what Egypt means by the Bible. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2.
Bring it up.
I am the Most High, thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt and out of the house of bondage.
So bondage is another word for Egypt, right? But do you know what bondage means?
Shackles.
That
chains.
con.
But what that would be another word for?
God.
Kwam Yasharah.
Praise
Kwam
God.
Yasharah.
Kwam Yasharah.
Kwam Yasharah.
So that's just another word for slavery, right? So now I'm gonna have brother to put slavery in for Egypt and see how it reads. Go ahead, King, start it from the top.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
All right, so what nation of people came over in slavery on ships, brother? Right? American what?
God.
Blacks.
Okay.
Blacks, right? But if you do your history though, actually the so-called Mexican and the so-called Native Americans all went into slavery 150
God,
years before the blacks. Right? See, a lot of people don't know that, but if you put it right in your Google bar and put, did the Mexicans or did the Native Americans go into slavery? Have they ever been in slavery? You can even put that in and it'll tell you, yes. And like, I think it's like 1850, they went into slavery. They went away from the Americans.
That's right.
See, so but a lot of people don't know that. So they only think that the so-called black people went into slavery. But that's why our sign, that's why whenever we break it down, we always say the so-called black, Latino, and Native American.
That's right.
So we say so-called because you are the Israelites that the Bible is.
That's right.
But
That's
because
right,
you
brother.
don't know that, we always say so-called black, Latino, and Americans because you can understand that, right? So go ahead and finish that verse, King. Watch this.
By the way whereof I spake unto
See,
thee.
because God prophesied this in the Bible that it was going to happen, right? Because we left the law, statutes, commandments. Go ahead, King.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Now he's talking about our homeland of Jerusalem as well as the physical Egypt.
That's right.
Because have you ever thought to yourself, why is it that they got a pyramid on the back of a dollar bill?
That's right.
See what I'm saying? It's synonymous for Egypt, brother. Yeah, what is that? What's that verse? The physical Sodom and The spiritual
Revelation
Sodom.
11 and 9.
Go ahead, bring that out, King.
Revelation.
Revelations 11 and 9. Come. Watch this, King. This is what America is. It's Babylon, King. See, man, the Bible tells us everything, man. It's our biblical intervention before losing everything.
That's
what
right.
The Bible means, man.
That's it, King.
Right? Go ahead, King. Bring it out.
And this is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 9.
Bring it out.
And they out of the people and the
Go to verse 8.
kindred.
Go to verse 8.
So,
Go to verse 8.
verse 8. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8.
Bring it out.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right? Is what?
Sodom and Egypt.
Right? And you know why they call it Sodom? Okay, so sodomy. If you look up the word sodomy is just homosexual activity. Right?
Con.
So sodomy is nothing but homosexual. So
right.
America promotes what? What did your president, the so-called president of the United States, legalize, King?
Gay marriage.
Gay marriage, right?
Con.
Hey, and give me the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. Show you what the Most High feels about that, because that's why he said it's going to be known as spiritual sodomy in Egypt, right? Because the Most High hates homosexual activity. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13.
Bring it out.
If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
Is a what?
Abomination.
Right, the Most High hates it, right? Go ahead.
They shall surely be put to death.
No, they'll be in life.
Be put to death.
No, but I found love.
Put to death.
Right? What did he say, King? What did he say?
Be put to death.
Come.
Come.
Right? So that's why he said the spiritual Sodom in Egypt, right? Because Edom is just another word for bondage, right? And then Sodom is gay. And no other place promotes being gay other than America, like America. So go ahead, finish us off, King.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Come. So go back to Deuteronomy 28:68. So I don't want to get too far off the subject because, we let you know who you are. These curses only fit Israel. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Your enemies.
Unto who?
Your enemies.
So when we got off them boats, King, who was we sold to? Right? Khan, right? But who did the Most High say it was?
Our enemies.
Khan, right? So now
Khan.
you see the reason why you get the knee to the throat, right? We're going to legalize weed. We're going to legalize homosexuality, right? Because the Most High hates it. And if we're the Israelites, and he say, only you have I known, right? So that means God only knows us. He only loves us, right?
That's right.
So that's why they keep us far away from our God, man. Because when we doing abominations, man, the Most High not with us, King.
That's right.
Right? But when we close to him, he loves us, right?
That's
so go
right.
ahead and finish us off, King.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen
Slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
So in the Hebrew tongue, buy is redeem, right? Because the Bible tells you only Yahushua with the word, Jesus, is going to be able to redeem us, right? Because he
That's
redeemed
right.
us with his blood, right? So we're going to let our people know, man, that they are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, right?
That's right.
So if I ask you now, what's your nationality according to the Bible? You would be what tribe? What tribe would you be? Judah.
Judah.
So you'll be from the nation of Israel, from the tribe
All
of Judah,
praises.
right?
That's right.
All praise.
Right? All praises, King. So go ahead and say it one more time. You'll be from the nation of Israel, and it's from the tribe of
Judah.
All praises, King.
All praises, King.
Right? So now you know that, King. Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and 12. The Most High requires us to do something, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And now Israel, what do the Most High, thy God, require of thee?
See, so what do the Most High God require of you, right?
But to fear the Most High, thy God,
So you got to fear him, right? Go ahead, King.
to walk in all his ways,
Right? To walk in all his ways, right? Go ahead, King.
and to love him,
To love him, right?
and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of
Go ahead.
the Most High.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And his statutes which I commanded thee this day for thy good.
For who good?
For thy good.
No, for God's good.
For thy good.
See, he told you to do the commandments for your good, brother.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because he's going to destroy you if you don't. So who good? Who needs the goods? Right? So We also want to show you what love is based on the Bible, right? Because so the world tells us love is, oh, I want to hug you and give you a kiss, right? Give you teddy bears and do all these things, right? Well, let's see what the love is based on the Bible. Go to 2 and 6, and then also go 1 John 5 and 3 after that. Go ahead.
1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God.
Right, so you got to love the children of God first. Go ahead, King.
When we love God and keep his commandments.
Right? What did you just heard that, right? Go ahead, King.
Verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
Keep his
No,
commandments.
we ain't got to keep the commandments. They've been done away with.
Keep his commandments.
Hey, they keep saying commandments all in the Bible. We're in the New Testament now. Go ahead, King.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Which is hard, brother. They ain't hard. Even though it's 613 of them, right? You think, oh, that's hard, right? Well, there's thousands and thousands of worldly laws.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? But we keep those, right? Right? So now bring me out the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, right?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Bring it out.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right? Go ahead.
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God
Go ahead.
and keep his commandments.
Right?
For this is the whole duty of man.
Right? So that's your whole duty, brother. It ain't for you to, get a sweet car, get a tight whip, right? Get the sweetest crib, so you have the best parties, right? I want the sweetest chucks, right? I want the baddest watch, right? And that's vain, man.
Right,
You only got one duty, brother, to keep the commandments. That's the Most High. That's all he intended for us to do when we came on this earth, brother. When he made us, that's all we got, brother. Not to get a bad wife, right? Not to have the most kids, the best kids. And that's all vain to the Most High King.
That's right.
Right, so you got to come back to these laws, statutes, commandments, King. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Most High commands us, man. So you got to fly it, right? You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of websites on there, right? Go on YouTube, right? You know what I'm saying? And check it out. I got one more thing for you, King. And give me the book of 1 Corinthians, right? Chapter 3, verse 16. Because I saw a pack of cigarettes in your hand, King. That's okay, man, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's all right, though, King. It's all right, though, King. Because you know what? We was once there, too, man. I used to smoke Black and Milds, weed, right? Used to hang out, have mad chicks, right? Do the same thing, man. Right? But the Most High commands us to be better than that. And that's why we out here rebuking our brothers, right? We turn our brothers what thus says the Most High, right? Bring that thing out, King.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
No, he ain't.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of the God?
Right? Now hold that, right? Give me the book of Acts chapter 17, verse 24, right? Because see, people get it twisted up, right? They be thinking, oh, the temple is the church, right? Right? But yet, the temple ain't the church. And the Bible finna prove this right now. Right? Go ahead, bring that out, King.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 24.
Bring it out.
God that made the world and all things therein.
Right? So would you agree that God made the world and all the things therein? Yes. All right, go ahead, King.
Seeth that he is the Lord of heaven and earth.
Would you say that he's the Lord over heaven and earth? All right, go ahead, King.
Dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
No, it ain't he dwell in all those church houses.
Dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Right? See, so he just told you right there, he don't dwell in them temples, right? So you know what I'm saying? So that let you know that the synagogue is saved. Go ahead,
right.
Bring that back out, King.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
What is this, brother?
The temple of God.
Go ahead.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
So the Spirit of God dwelleth in you, right? Go ahead, King.
Verse 17. If any man defile the temple of God.
No, he like to smoke cigarettes.
If any man defile the temple of
No,
God.
he like to eat pork.
If any man defile the temple of God.
Go ahead.
Him shall God destroy.
No, he gonna love him.
Him shall God destroy.
No, God ain't gonna destroy nobody.
Him shall God destroy.
See what I'm saying, brother?
Go to Wisdom of
Right.
Solomon 14 and 12.
See what? See, in the spirit, right? You see how the brothers just be hitting it out? Come on.
This is the book of the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 12.
Bring it out.
For the devising of idols, Salaki.
Huh. So see, so you are the temple of the Most High, right? So you think the Most High dwell in you if you got smoke in you? You think he dwelling in you if you worshiping the wrong God? Right? Because that's all defiling the temple, right? You see what I'm saying? So that's why we out here. We out here let our people know what thus said the Bible, right? Because if you love God, what did he say?
Keep my
God
commandments.
dwells in.
No, I'm talking about if you love God. What did he say? If you love me, give out the first book
you
of John
will
chapter
fear
5 verse 3.
Fear?
No,
Almost, brother.
almost keep right. No, that's all right, brother. That's all right. We ain't know it either from the beginning.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 5 verse 3.
Bring it out.
For this is the love of God,
For this is the love of God, right?
that we keep his commandments.
So what did he say the love is?
To keep his commandments.
Right? Go ahead.
And his commandments are not
His
grievous.
commandments ain't hard, brother.
Okay.
Right?
Mostly
Because that's the
common
love,
sense.
right? So if you love him, you're going to keep his commandments, right? So then he said, don't defile your temple, right? So if you love him, you ain't going to defile your temple because God wanted to dwell within you. He dwells in the temple, right? Temple ain't the building, the temple is you.
That's
So
right.
if you got it all fogged up, right? You eating the wrong foods, right? He can't dwell in that. The Lord is not going to dwell in an unclean vessel. You see what I'm saying? So in order for you to be clean, you got to do what thus saith the Most High, right? You got to keep your temple clean, right? You got to do the commandments, right? And I'm going to give you a couple commandments for you to leave with, you know, because I already showed you one. The Most High don't like homosexuality, right? Right? Give me the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37. Right? You give me numbers, right?
This is the book of Numbers chapter 15 verse 37.
Bring it out.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
See, now if you look around, brother, if you take a look, right, you see what brother over there got, the women got, right? You see the brother over here got, right? What do you see that we all have that you don't have?
The garb, the type of stuff that y'all are wearing.
Right, but what is it on the thing? Because, you know, we can wear regular clothes and not be in cahoots with this. But let's go ahead and say that again. Watch this.
Verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Everybody got fringes, right? Go ahead. And how long do throughout their generations? How long does that last?
Thousands of generations?
Ever, forever, right? If I say throughout your generations, then it never ends, right? Go ahead, King.
And that they put on the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Look at everybody garments, right? Everybody, right? Go ahead, King.
Verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Not only some of the commandments.
All the commandments of the
Not
Lord.
only the 10 commandments.
All the commandments of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And do them.
No, you ain't got to do them. Just remember them.
Do them.
No, just know that they're in the Bible.
Do them.
Do them, brother. Go ahead.
And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes.
See, your heart is just your mind, because your heart, the physical heart only pumps blood, right? So it means nothing, right? So when he says heart, it means your mind. Not go after your own mind, right? Go ahead, King.
After which ye used to go a whoring.
Right? Because Israel used to always find other gods. Go ahead, bring that out, King.
This is the book of wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy words, O Lord, which healeth all things.
See, so it heals all things, right? So I'm going to give you another commandment, man, that a lot of our people, you know, mess up on. See if you pick up on this. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7.
Bring it out.
And the swine.
And the what?
And
The swine.
Okay, you know what the swine is, brother?
Con.
Right? Now, I used to work at at Domino's, right? So this, you have to think about this too as well. Go ahead, King.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
Two of not the cud. Go ahead.
He is unclean to you.
No, we can't eat any food.
He is unclean to you.
He is unclean to the Israelites. Go ahead, King.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat,
But watch this one.
and their carcass shall ye not touch.
So when you come from work every night, you got to take a shower when you come from work.
Con,
I used
con.
to work at Domino's. You know what I'm saying? You touch all kind of pork. You know that. You got to make sure you wash off, and that way you'll be clean to the Most High.
Con.
Go ahead,
Right.
King. Because you defileth your temple. Goes back into 1 Corinthians 3:16. Go ahead.
They are unclean to you.
Right, go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all it that are all in the waters.
See, so now he's going to go into all the things that you are permitted to eat out of the waters. Go ahead, King.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters.
Right, catfish,
Whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters.
shrimp,
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the
but
water.
I love crab.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the water,
Whatsoever have fins and scales of the water. Go ahead.
in the seas and in the rivers,
So in the seas and in the rivers. Go ahead.
them shall ye eat.
Those are you should eat, man.
Okay.
Right? So you can't eat anything else. You see what I'm saying? I know we love our little shrimp, lobster, crab. You know what I'm saying? You love all them things, right?
Shrimp.
Go ahead.
No
keep
more.
bringing that out.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27.
Bring it out.
Ye shall not round the corners of your heads.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Ye shall not round the corners of your heads.
Go ahead.
Neither shall thy merle the corners of thy
Oh, I
beard.
like that little thinny joint.
Neither shall thy merle the corn of thy beard.
But my girl said she liked when I got that thin boy.
Neither shall not thou merle the
Teach 'em
corn
up.
of thy beard.
Teach him up.
Go ahead.
Verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
What? I like my tatties though.
Ooh. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
What about rest in peace, Granny though?
Ye shall not make any flesh, no cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
What about the 23rd Psalm on my back?
Brother.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead,
God,
nor
God.
print any marks upon you. I am the Most High.
See,
That's
so
right.
the following your temple. You see all them things, the Most High. But see, that's the thing why he say it's not grievous, right? It's not hard not to put a tat on your back, right? A little tramp stamp on your girl back, right? So you can smack it when you're getting it in, right? It's not hard, right? You see what I'm saying, brother? Go ahead, King.
All right, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
No, but I love when my girl make that dollar.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Go ahead.
To cause her to be a whore.
What?
To cause her to be a whore.
We like that train thing.
To cause her not to be a whore.
See, you can't do that, brother. Right? But just imagine if we followed the commandments, brother, how great our kingdom would be, man.
Con.
You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna kill your brother. Deuteronomy 28:54, right? You ain't gonna leave your child,
Con.
right? You ain't gonna beat your wife, right? You ain't gonna mar your body up. You ain't gonna smoke, right? Just imagine how much money you would save, brother. Trust me, I know, brother. I know. I used to smoke, bro. I used to smoke the best. I used to blow good, brother. You see what I'm saying? I ain't like no garbage. I go get a bag, right? That bag wasn't right. Oh, I'm going to get another bag immediately.
That's right.
That bag ain't what I want. I'm going to get another bag. At
Con.
the end of the night, I end up with 3 bags, brother. You see what I'm saying? But nah, I got all that bread, though. See, the Most High telling you, man. You know, you follow him, man. You got to worry about that, all that other stuff. 'Cause, you know, Jesus wasn't praying for money, man.
That's right.
That's worldly, brother. You see what I'm saying? So we got to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, King. You know what I'm saying? Come back to your heritage, man. Right? With that being said, man, I'm going to pass it on to the next mighty teacher, man. So he can go ahead and teach us. So if you want to stay and be edified some more, man, go ahead. If not, though, King, you got all the information on that. Look up the videos. There's phone numbers on there, brother. You know what I'm saying? Get a hold of the brothers, learn some more. With that being said, Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Death to America.
Death to America.
Kwam Yasharala means rise Israel.
Love to all y'all, bro.
All praises to the Most High.